Hello everyone and welcome in a new video, and in this video we are going to understand about matrix chain multiplication. In this video we are going to solve a questions, means we are going to basically solve the matrix and find the correct arrangement of that matrix, and we are going to find the correct arrangement. For example, if we have a three matrix like A, B, C, let's say we have a three matrix A, B and C. Now what's the correct arrangement to get the minimum result? To get the minimum result is basically what we do in a matrix chain multiplication. Arrangement means whether firstly I have to solve A and B, or I have to solve first of all B and C then multiply by A. These are called arrangements. Okay, so what we have to do in this matrix chain multiplication, we multiply the matrix and find the correct arrangement of that matrix and find the correct arrangements of these matrix. Okay, let's see that how we are able to solve these questions. Let's take an example. We have A, B and C. Let's say we have A, B and C, and the value of A is 1, 2, B matrix is of 2, 3 and C matrix is of 3, 4. So let's say we have a three matrix A, B and C. A matrix 1 by 2, B 2 by 3 and C 3 by 4. Okay, so first of all we have to understand about that how many arrangement is possible. Okay, so in this case we have two arrangements, means two arrangement is possible when we have a three matrix. What are the arrangement? When the value of k is equal to 1, when the value of k is basically the constant, when k is equal to 1. What does that mean? That means we have A, B, C. At last what we have to do? We have to find the correct arrangements. So k is equal to means what? We have to leave one matrix and multiply rest. This is what the mean of k. Okay, so when k is equal to 1 means we have to leave one matrix and multiply the rest one. Similarly, when k is equal to 2, increase the value of k, you will get the all possible combinations. Okay, so here we have ABC, now value of k is 2 means we have to leave two matrix, means A and B first of all solve, and then whatever the result is multiply by C. Okay, so this is how basically we solve a matrix. We are not able to solve whole three matrix in a one go. For that, first of all we have to find the values of different one and then we add up this thing. When we have a lot of matrix, means more than three matrix, then we need to identify all the combinations. We have to find all the combination, then only we can able to find the correct combinations of these matrices. Okay, let's first of all see how we can solve these matrices. So we have A 1 by 2, B 2 by 3 and C 3 by 4. So we have these three things. So first of all, when k is equal to 1, what does that mean? First of all you have to multiply BC, and whatever the result is, then the result will be multiplied by A. Okay, so now let's see how we solve this question. Okay, so B, what's the value of B? The value of B is 2 cross 3. The value of B is 2 cross 3. Now value of C, what's the value of C? 3 cross 4. Value of C is 3 cross 4. Now how you have to solve this question? Whatever in a base, means whatever the type of a matrix, here B is 2 by 3 and C is 3 by 4, we have to multiply these things. So whatever is common in both the matrices, we write it at a once, like 3 is common in both of them, so we write 3 only once, and what rest element we have to write as it is, means we have to write element once. Okay, so here 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 4. Okay, so this is the result of B multiply C matrix. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you that how we multiply the matrix. Okay, so now you have to multiply this 4 into 4, 4 12, 12 to your 24. So the result is 24. Result of B multiply by C, not the result of A, B, C. It's a result of B multiply by C. At last what we have to do? We have to find what is the best combination. Because in this we have two possibilities. whether k is equal to 1 and k is equal to 2. So in both of them, who is the best possible combinations of these three matrices, we have to find that thing. Okay, so we are finding value of b and c. Now we have to multiply this with a. We have to multiply this with a. So a, b and c. Now what's the value of a? The value of a is 1 multiplied by 2. Value of bc. Now remember this thing, you cannot write, because you know the value, you know the answer of these two multiplication, which is 24. So we have to add these things. Okay, now what's the value of these things? What's the value of these two multiplication? So what type of matrix is this? So whosoever is common in both the matrices, we not write that thing in when we multiplying this with other. For example, here 3 is common in both of them, so we are not writing this. Okay, so the matrix will look like 2 cross 4. The matrix will look like 2 cross 4. Okay, so I hope it understand you that how we are writing bc. Okay, let's take an example like a b c. So let's say a is x and bc is y. Now y is further classified to b and c. Simple. Okay, we solve this thing. So what's the type of this matrix? Now after solving this, means we have to remove this thing in a simple way. We have to remove 3, which is common in both of the matrix, which is basically the link between these two matrices. So the type is 2 cross 4. Okay, now we have to solve this thing. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to multiply these two. What do basically in an above we multiply these types. Now we have to do the same thing. So here you can see that 2 is common in both of them. So we write 2 only once, and 1 is occur only one time, so 1, and 4 is occur only one time, so 4. Now what's the answer? 4 is 4, 4 2 is 8. Okay, so the correct answer is here is 8. Now if you write if you leave it as it is, means if you leave 8, so this is not your correct answer, because it's a multiplication of a and b. It's a multiplication of x and y. It's a multiplication of x and y. You are not adding the value of b and c. For the full result, you have to add the value of b and c also. So what's the value? 8. You have to add the value of b multiply c. What is the value? Value is 24. So 24 8 32. 32 is the correct answer. 32 is the value of a b c. A b c when we multiply bc with a. So what's the value? Value is 32. Now we solve the so the multiplication of this is basically the when k is equal to 1, b and c multiply first, then multiply by. Now we have solved the second. Why we are solving both of them? Because we have to find the correct combinations of these three matrices. So when k is equal to 2, means first of all we have to multiply ab, and whatever the result is, we multiply that result with c. Okay, so what's the value of a? Value of a is 1 multiplied by 2, and the value of b is 2 multiplied by 3. 2 multiplied by 3. Yeah. Okay, so when you solve this, how we are able to solve this? First of all, we write the whatever present is corresponding to a 1, and what's the common in both of the matrix. So common is 2, so 2, and the rest element, which is 3. So the answer is 6. Okay, now whatever the answer is, this is answer of a multiply b. Okay, now we have to multiply with c. So c, and c is of 3 by 4, and multiply with ab. How we write the matrices of ab? Whatever the common in both of them, we are not writing that thing, because we solve that type. The new form is of 1 cross 3, which is not we are not writing, which is common in both of them. Okay, so 1 cross 3 is the answer. 1 cross 3 is a result of a dot. Okay, so you solve this, what do you get? Okay, so 3 is common in both of the matrix, so we write 3 at once. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. So what's the result? 12 is the result. 12 is the result. But if you leave it as it is, then it's a wrong answer, because it's a multiplication of C and AB. Means you have to understand like that, C and AB, it's like X and Y. Because y we solve, the value of y is 6, so we have to add this thing. Okay, so 12 plus 6, we have to add the internal value as well, because in this matrix 2 is not present, because we use that to get an answer of A multiplication of B. Okay, you have to treat this as a new variable and you have solved this thing. Okay, so 12 and 6, 18. So 18 is a correct answer of AB multiplied and then C. AB multiplied and then C. Okay, so now after that, what's the correct answer? So the correct answer is A B. So correct combination is A B C. A B C is the correct combination. Okay, why it is a correct combination? Because it gives us a minimum result. Because here you can see the result is 32, which is greater than the second one when k is equal to 2. So the correct combinations of these three matrices is A, B and C. A, B multiply first and then C. Okay, so now this is how you solve when you have three matrices. Now we are solving a question which we have four matrices. Okay, so we take an example like A is equal to, A is of 2 cross 1, B is of 1 cross 3, C is of 3 cross 4 and D is of 4 cross 5. Okay, so let's take this example and we are finding the correct combination of these four matrices. Okay, because in three matrices we have only three matrices, two possibilities, so we find very easily. Now we are taking four matrices and let's see that how we can find this. Okay, so the basic thing is what, we cannot find whole in a one go. We have to divide this in a sub problems. We have to divide this problem into a sub problems and then we have a result. Okay, so first of all what we have to do is we have to solve it in a pair. Means when k is equal to 1, what's the value when k is equal to 1? A, B, B, C, D. So in this way, means we have to distribute these combinations. Now we have four matrices, so we cannot distribute like one by one, because we cannot solve more than 2 in a one go. So we cannot choose this thing. We take two pair of, we basically take the pair. Okay, so we multiply first of all 1 and 2 matrices. Means first of all we multiply, find the result of AB, find the result of BC and find the result of CD. Because further when we multiply this thing, we can use directly the value of this matrix, because the value of this multiplication, because we already find it. Okay, we cannot solve more than 2 in a one go, so that's basically a problem. So we divide the sub problem, means we can solve in a pair. So we solve in a pair, whatever the value is we get, we substitute, we add that value in a long form. Okay, so we have to solve the matrix 1, 2. Now what's the result of 1, 2? Remember this thing, 1, 1 and 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh sorry, 1, 1, 2, 2. Now remember this thing, the matrix, the multiplication of only one matrix is 0. Means if there is only one matrix, then the result is 0. When only one matrix, the result is 0. Now this is the main thing is what we do in an above as well. We find this thing. This is our answer. This is our answer. Okay, we are not writing B 1, 1, C 1, 1, because we know that this value is 0. This value is 0, so we are not write this thing in this multiplication of B and C. Okay, now main thing is what, we have to find this value, we have to find these values. Okay, so how we will do that? Whatever is the matrix starting, which is 1, what's the value? 1. We multiply that. Okay, so what's the matrix? 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1 means the matrix number A, the matrix number A. Let's give it some value like for P0, P1, P2, P2, P3, P3 and P4. Okay, why I write this value? Because when we solve this question it become easy to multiply these things. Okay, now we have only two matrices which is A and B. So what's the result of A and B, which is common? We write it as ones. So 1 is common in both of the matrix, so we write only at ones, and 2 and 3, and 2 and 3. So what's the result? 6 is the answer. 6 is the answer. Okay, similarly we simply find the multiplication of A and B. What's the result? Result is 6. Now we find B and C multiplication, means 2 means second matrix, 2 3 matrix, third matrix. Okay, so M 2 comma 2, if you are not writing this thing it's okay, because the value of this thing is 0. M 3 comma 3 plus the result of these two matrices. Now the B is 1 cross 3 and C is 3 cross 4. So what's common in both of the matrix? 3. So we write it as ones, and 4 and 1. So what's the result? So the result of this is 12. Result of this is 12. So the multiplication of B and C is 12. Multiplication of B and C is 12. Now we have the another matrix. Now we have the one pair left, which is C and D, means matrix number 3 and matrix number 4. Okay, so M 3 comma 3, what's the value of only single matrix? 0. M 4 comma 4, 0, and the multiplication of these thing. Okay, so what's common in both of the matrix? 4 is common in both of the matrix, so we write it at ones, 3 and 5, 3 and 5. So 5 4 20, 3 2 6, 60 is the answer of multiplication of 3 and 2 matrix, means C and D. What's the result? 60. 60 is the result. Okay, so now we find the sub problems, means we solve A, B, B, C, C, D. Now it's time to solve the another sub problem. Now we can able to solve these things. Now we can able to solve these things. Now how we can able to solve this thing? Remember this thing, whosoever gives a minimum value is the correct choice. Okay, so now we have, we simply take pair. Now we selecting 3 matrices at a time. Okay, so A, B and C, A, B and C. So now what's the combination possible when we have 3 matrices? When we multiply B, C and then multiply with A, or you multiply A, B and then multiply with C. So these are the two possibilities we seen above as well. When k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2, these are the two possibilities. So now we have to solve this thing. Okay, remember this, we have to select the minimum value. We have to select the minimum value. So now we have first of all solved B and C. Okay, we are simply solving this thing. So M, okay, so we M, what's the value of A? A is the alone matrix, so it's 1 comma 1, because it's number 1 matrix as well. So 1 comma 1 plus add, what's the BC, where BC lies? I write it as matrix number 1, matrix number 2, matrix number 3 and matrix number 4. Okay, so we are solving A and B, A, B, C. So value of A is 1 comma 1 because A is alone. Now BC is in a pair, so BC means 2 comma 3. BC means second matrix and the third matrix, plus, now this is the most important thing that you have to remember, because we know the value of 2 comma 3, which we write 12. So we add this thing, but how we can multiply these two matrices, means BC, how we determine what type is this, because we know A is of 2 cross 1, but what BC, we know that which is common in both of the matrix. We are not writing these things, means 1 comma 4 is the correct choice, 1 comma 4 is the correct answer. But if we have more than 3 matrices, then it create a little bit confusion to find the order. So for that you have to remember one formula. This is called I, this is called I, this is called K, and this is called J. This is called I, first one called I, second one called J, third one called, the last one called J. Now how you simply find the multiplication of these two matrices? Now we are directly multiplying these two, means we are writing the result 2, 4. If we solve if you solve this thing 2 cross 1 and BC is 1 cross 4, so result is 2 cross 4. Now we are directly finding the answer. Okay, so how we will do that? Remember this P I minus 1, remember this thing formula, P I minus 1 multiply by Pk multiply by Pj. This is the important formula that you know, that you have to know. Okay, I minus 1 means I minus 1, what's the value? I minus 1, what's the value of I? The value of I is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So what's the value of P0? P0 value is 2. P0 value is 2. Okay, so I write this P1 comma 1. When we are multiplying own matrix, the result is 0. 2 cross 3, we know the result. 2 cross 3 means multiplication of B and C. What's the value? Value is 12. 0 plus 12 plus, now this is the important thing, I minus 1, what's the value of I? The value of I is 1. 1 minus 1 is P0 multiply, what's the value of K? 1. P1 multiply Pj, what's the value of Pj? What's the value of J? 3. So 3. Now whatever the matrix is given, you have to determine, you have to write P naught to the matrix till the end. Basically you have to determine this P. Okay, what I do is I write P0, P1, P2, P3. You start with 0 and till the you have cover every matrix. Okay, so you have to do this thing. Okay, now it's very easy. What's the value of P0? You have to write P1, you have to write P2, you have to write, and you will get your answer. So 0 plus 12 plus P0, P0 2, P1, value of P1 is 1, and the value of P3 is the value of P3. Okay, so value of P3 is 4. So now what's the correct answer? 12 plus 4 to 8, which is 20. So I hope it is clear to you that how we find in a simple way the multiplication of A, B, C whole in a one go. Okay, now we only find the value of A and the BC. Now we have to find this thing AB and then C. So AB means matrix number 1 and 2 matrix number 2. Matrix number 1 to matrix number 2 plus the C is left alone, the C is of matrix 3, so 3 3 plus, now remember this thing, I minus 1, Pi minus 1. So what's the value? Okay, so what's the value of Pi minus 1? Value of I is 1. Okay, this is what I, this is what J, and this is what, sorry, I, K, and this is what J. So Pi minus 1 0 cross Pk, value of K is 2 cross Pj, value of J is 3. Okay, so I hope you understand this thing. Now I'm not gonna write it again and again. So now we are trying to calculate this in our mind. Okay, so 1 comma 2. So what's the result of 1 comma 2? Result of matrix 1 comma 2 is 6. That's why we first of all find in a pair, because we know that when we solve more than 2, so we need that value. So that's why we solve first of all in pair. We get a value. Now we simply substitute these values. So what's the value? 6 plus single matrix 0. Now P naught. What's the value of P naught? P naught value is 2 cross. What's the value of P2? Value of P2 is 3 cross. What's the value of P3? The value of P3 is 4. Now if you solve this, 4 12 to your 24, 24 and 6 is 30. So what's the minimum? BC and then A, or AB then C? So the correct answer is whosoever is a minimum is a correct combination. So means matrix 1 comma 1 plus matrix 2 comma 3 is the correct answer. Means A, B, C is the correct answer. A, B, C is the correct answer. Now you have to determine a matrix, you have to create a matrix. To solve this question, what you have to do is you have to create a matrix. Now we have 4 elements, so we have to create the 4 line 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 and 4, and diagonal will always 0 because the multiplication of all itself is what, 0. So we have 4 matrix, 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 4 comma 4. We see that the multiplication of itself is what, 0. So I write diagonal 0. Now now we have to fill this matrix as well. So m1 comma 2, 1 and 2, what's the value, 6. So I write 6 here, you can see that 6 I write it. m2 comma 3, 2 comma 3, what's the value, value is 12. So I write 12. m3 comma 4, 3 comma 4, what's the value, value is 60. So I write 60 here. Okay, you have to make a matrix and then we can able to find the value, we are able to find this correct value. Okay, now after solving this whole matrix, after solving this whole multiplication, what we have to do is we have to find the correct combinations. So for that we have to create another matrix. For that, this matrix determine the combination. Okay, the value of k determine the combination. Okay, so 1 2 4, we have 4 matrix, so we have to create 4 blocks as well. Now 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Now diagonal is 0, so no need to write anything. Now wherever the value is present, you have to put something here. What something is? Something is value of k, value of k. So we know that what's the value of k in a starting one, what's the second number is the value of k, what's the second number is the value of k. So I fill 1 comma 2, we find the value of 1 comma 2. So 1 comma 2, so what's the value of 1 comma 2? So the value of 1 comma 2, the value of k in 1 comma 2 is what, this part, which is 1. So here I have to write, where 6 is present, we have to write corresponding to 6 1. We have to write corresponding to 6 1. Okay, now 12 is present in 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3. So what's the value of k? We know the value of k is this part. What's the value of k? The value of k is 2. So we have to write where the 12 present is. 12 present in 2 cross 3, 2 cross 3 2. Okay, now 60 present in 3 comma 4. So 3 comma 4, what's the value of k? K is the starting matrix, second part 1, means this part. This one is I, this one is k, and this one is j. So what's the value of k? Value of k is 3. So I have to write here 3. I have to write here 3. Okay, now we find the value of 1. We simply find the result of a, b, c as well, because we select this possibilities, because this possibility is not selected, it gives a maximum value. We have to select only the minimum one, means BCA gives us a correct value. What is the BCA means? BCA means 1 2 1 2 3, 1 2 3. BCA means 1 2 3. This means what? M 1 comma 3. This means what? M. Okay, this means what? M 1 comma 3. This is what? M 1 comma 3. So what's the value of M 1 comma 3? The value of M 1 comma 3 is 20. The value of M 1 comma 3 is 20. Okay, so now we write 20. Now we have to write assign the value of k as well. So for 1 comma 3 we have 20. So what's the value of k here? The value of k is 1. So we have to write 1 as well in this position. Now we left only 2 blocks. Okay, now we have to solve these 2 blocks. Now we solve A, B, C. Now it's time to solve B, C, D. We have to solve in a triplet now. First of all, we solve in a pair. Now we have to solve in a triplet. So if we solve A, B, C, now it's turn B, C, D. we simply do in a sequence wise. So B, C, D. What's the combination? Multiply CD first and then B, or BC and then D. Okay, so now we have to solve this. Whosoever gave a minimum value is the correct answer. Okay, so BCD means we are multiplying M2, 4. M2, 4. Okay, because BCD, B is matrix number 2 and D is matrix number 4, so 2, 4. Okay, so M, now if we leave B means 2, 2 and multiplying CD means M3, 4, plus we have to multiply this B and CD as well. This is I, this is K and this is J. So P I minus 1, I minus 1 means 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 means 1, P1. Okay, now I write directly. Okay, Pk, value of K is 2, so P multiply by 2 and P multiply by J means P4. So 2, 2 means 0, M3, 4. 3, what's the value of 3, 4? The value of 3, 4 is 60. So I write 60 here. Add P1, what's the value of P1, P2 and P4? The value of P1 is 1, P2 is 3 and P4 is 5. So 1, 3 and 5. We have to multiply 1, 3 and 5. 1, 3 and 5. So what's the result? 5, 3 are 15. 15 you add in 60, you will get 75. Now we have to multiply these two things, means 2, 3 we have to solve, and then we left D means matrix of 4, 5, 4 means itself, plus now we have to multiply this thing. Now we are not going to write even P, now we are going to write directly. Okay, so this is I, this is J and this is K. P I minus 1, I minus 1 means 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 means 1. What's the value of P1? Value of P1 is 1. Multiply. Okay, PK, what's the value of K? The value of K is 3. So P3, what's the value of P3? Value of P3 is 4. I have to write 4. Multiply by P of J. So what's the value of J? The value of J is 4. So we have to multiply the value of P4. So what's the value of P4? The value of P4 is 5. So we have to multiply 5. Okay, so what's the value of 2, 3? So we find already the value of 2, 3, which is 12 plus 0 plus 5 cross 4, which is 20. Our result is 32. So whosoever gave a minimum value is the correct answer. So BC, if we multiply BC first and then D, we will get a correct answer. So what's the value? 32 means 2, 4 we have to write 32. So 2, 4 we have to write 32. Now corresponding to that we have to write the value of K as well. So 32, this part gives the result 32. So what's the value of K? The value of K is 3. The value of K is what? 3. This is value of K, this is I and this is J. Okay, so what's the value of K? 3. So I have to write 3. Now we have only the one block left, which is 1, 4. Means now we have to multiply whole in a one go. Means matrix 1, 4, whosoever gave a minimum value is the correct answer. Now in a pair we solve, in a triplet we solve, now in a 4 we have to solve. Now what are the combination to solve these questions? So combination will like we have now ABCD. So combination will be like we multiply BCD and whatever the result is, the result will multiply by A, or we can say we find the value of AB and then BC, we can get an answer as well, or we multiply ABC first and then what the value of D, ABCD. Okay, so ABCD, wait a minute, A, B, C, D. Okay, now we have to multiply ABC first and then multiply by D. Okay, this can be our answer. So in this case we have three options. We have to find the most appropriate one. First of all, A means matrix number 1, so 1 comma 1. So I hope now you understand this thing, the calculations. Okay, now matrix number 2 to matrix number 4. P I minus 1, what's the value of I? 0, means I minus 1 is now become 0, 1 minus 1 0. So P0, Pk which is 1 and P4. Now what's the value? 0, 2 comma 4. What's the value of 2 comma 4? Now we know the value of 2 comma 4 here. In a matrix you can write it 2 comma 4, which is 32, so you can write 32. Now value of P0, value of P0, P1 and P4. So value of P0 is 2, P1 is 1 and P4 is 5. Okay, so it means you have to multiply 1 to 5. So okay, so 1, 2 and 5. So you will get, if you solve this, 5 to 10, 10 added in 32 become 42. Now we solve the first part, B, C, D multiply by A. Now we have to solve the second one, means 1 comma 2 AB and 3 comma 4 CD. Value of P0, P I minus 1. What's the value of I? The value of I is 1, so I minus 1 become 0. Pk, value of K is 2, so P2, and the value of J, which is 4, P4. Okay, so the value of 1 comma 2 in a matrix you can see, or you solve it as well. So what's the value of 1 comma 2? 1 comma 2 is 6, or in a matrix you can also see that what's the value of 1 comma 2, which is 6. So here we have 6, and 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4 we have 60. What's P0, P2 and P4? P0 means 2, P0, P2 and P4. P0, P2 and P4 means 2, 3 and 5, means 2, 3 and 5. So 2, 3 and 5. So what's the result? 5, 3 are 15, 2 are 30, 30, 69, 30, 60, 90, 90 and 6 is 96. So you can see that it's a maximum value. So definitely we are not gonna select this one, because we solved two part firstly, and the first part gave a minimum result, so definitely we solve this if the third part gives the more value than the first one. So now we have to multiply 1 2 3, and then what's the remaining matrix is 4, we have to multiply 4 then. Now P I minus 1, what's the value of I? The value of I is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, multiply by Pk, which is 3, so P3, Pj, J value of 4, P4. So what's the value of 1 comma 3? Value of 1 comma 3 is 20. In a matrix you can see that, or you can see here as well. So 1 comma 3 gives a 20 is the minimum, so we select 20. 1 matrix 0 definitely. P0, P3, P4. So what's the value of P0? 1, P0 2, P0, P3 and P4. P0, P3 and P4 means 2, 4, 5. Means 2, 4, 5. 2 cross 4 cross 5. So the correct answer is 5, 4, 20, 20 to 40, 40 and 20. If you add 40 and 20, you will get 60. So here you can see that we have to select the minimum. Remember this thing, we have to select the minimum. Whose minimum? 42 is the minimum value. 42 is the minimum value. So we have to, so the value of 1 comma 4 is 40. Okay, so 42. So value of 1 comma 4 is 42. Value of 1 comma 4 is 42. So now here we have to write the value of k as well. So what's the value of k in this one? The value of k is 1. Value of k is 1. So the value of 1 comma 4 is also 1. So here you can see that we complete the matrix as well. This is what a matrix chain multiplication, and this is what the combinations we are with. Okay, we are with. So now what we have to do is we have to find the combinations. This is our answer. We have A matrix, B matrix, C matrix and D matrix. Now let's see the combination. 1 comma 2 we have 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 3 comma, means we have to simply find the where we whatever the combination we see, this is the value of k. Okay, so for 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 you have to write a bracket here, because value of k is what, 1, means we have to leave one element, we leave a, we have to leave the element from a starting as well, this is also an important point. And 1 comma 3 means 1 2 3 we have to place a bracket as well, so here is definitely one bracket. 1 comma 4 we have definitely the one bracket. So first line determine, this is our solution, this is our solution. Now second line 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3, so value of k is what, 2, so we have to leave two elements, so a and b we have to leave, and we have to place bracket here for the second line. Okay, so 2 comma 4, 2 comma 4, what's the value, value is 3, so we have to leave 3 elements, so a b c 3 element is now left. And the lastly we have 3 comma 4, means we have to leave 3 elements, so this is our answer, this is our answer number. So we have, so you write in a 3 answer as well, or you can write in a one way like this as well. Okay, so one bracket determine for the first one, second one determine for the second one, and third one determine for the third one. So this is our answer, this is our answer, means a b c d, first of all d, then c d, then b d, and then a with the result. So this is our correct answer, this is what a sequence we have to follow to get a correct result, to get a good result. Okay, so this is what a matrix chain multiplication is. I hope it is clear to you that how we solve this matrix chain multiplication. Okay, remember this thing, what we have to remember, what's I, what's j, and what's k, and how we write this part, how we write this p part. Okay, so this is an important thing. So this is all about matrix chain multiplication. So I hope it is clear to you how we multiply the matrices. This is all about matrix chain multiplication. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe my channel.